Okay, the next page of this worksheet is a continuation of the earlier worksheet that we went through. And these uh, these questions are for you to go through and enhance your understanding of the new concepts. It's also designed to help you um, get prepared for any kind of assessment or test that's coming up. So that's what they mean by create practice test questions. So hopefully you've kind of looked over your syllabus, discussed with your instructor what kind of test you're going to have. And as you're taking notes, building sample test questions, this is something that is rarely done by students, but students often say that they struggle with tests. This is a really good way to get ready for a test, is to kind of try to think like the teacher. And let's say you know it's going to be multiple choice questions, building your own test questions. Now, it takes a little bit of time, but it's part of your study for the test, so it'll cut down on your study time ultimately when you're getting ready for that test. And what you'll find is that you'll start to think like the instructor, and you'll start to maybe even utilize some of the questions that he or she uses on the test, and then you can put these aside and then practice for the test on your own, taking your own test. I mean, even though you built the test, it may be several weeks before you take the test, so you might have forgotten about those questions. And you know, it's a method that really works well if you apply it well. Make a list of any questions you have regarding the material. This is to make sure that if there's anything that you have in trouble with, that you keep that somewhere to where you can make sure that you cover it and you understand it before you move on. You don't want to have a bunch of these questions that concepts that you're not understanding piling up on you. This last section is to try to find any problems that you are having with comparing the material between different resources. For example, comparing your instructor's notes to the textbook or to some other resource. Oftentimes, you know, as an instructor myself, I might make a mistake in class, be thinking one thing and say something different. It happens, and so if something like that is in your notes and it doesn't really match up with the textbook or with some other resource that you have on the material, then there's nothing wrong with discussing that with the instructor or with somebody like a teacher's assistant that can help clear up that before you let the misunderstanding continue. So that should cover this worksheet.